What is up, guys? I'm Brad Mew. This is our week 5 or 6. Don't quote me. I lost track of how many weeks there is, but week 5 or 6 OBA match against the Northfield Krooks. I'm your coach of the Grassy Raikous. Before this video does start, please drop a like below. If you are new, subscribe for daily Pokemon content in the future. I actually just tried recording this. I got like halfway through, my camera died, so this is my second time recording this. Kind of frustrated, but not. I don't know if I should be or not. But gonna be going against the Northfield Krooks. This week, Duat plus Mario. His YouTube link will be in the description. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys right now before the video starts. My opponent actually has been on a losing streak for the past 3 weeks. But however, in the past 2 to 3 weeks, he has completely changed his game up. I don't know what he's doing different. He's been completely on a roll. He's turning his losing streak into like a winning streak now. I don't know. He's been doing a lot of shit different. So this is actually by far maybe one of the best battles I've had so far. So if you guys do want to stick around to the end, that would be really awesome. Props to my opponent, by the way. He played extremely well throughout the whole match. Some of the times he actually outsmarted me too. So my opponent actually had the Excadrill. He did have the Mega Sharpedo, which he did not bring. I was prepared for that mostly. Really prepared for his Excadrill. If his Excadrill is Choice Scarf Mold Breaker, it completely sweeps my team. So that's why I was really prepared for. Also, his Jellicent completely walls my team. I was kind of prepared for that, sort of. Didn't really think he was going to bring it, though. I thought he was going to bring something different. So, that and his Tangrowth does a lot of work to my team. But I do have the Charizard. I was actually debating whether to bring Zangoose this week, because the Zangoose just have the knockoff for the Jellicent and the Mesprit. So I was debating to bring that, but instead I'm going to be bringing the Choice Scarfed Rotom Heat this week. Free Hugs is coming back for again this week. It's a different one, but I have like 10 different ones. But he's going to be coming back again this week. I think it was with last week or the week before. But Choice Scarf, Rotom Heat, really is going to put in some work on my opponent's team. So that's why I brought it over the Zangoose. Zangoose did have close combat and stuff like that, but I really did not see it putting in too much work with the Jellicent being there, resisting one of its stabs. Immunity, actually. So this is going to be bringing the Light Clay, Klefki, Toxic, both double screens, and the Foul Play. For the Excadrill, stuff like that, and stuff that's super effective on, which should do a little bit more damage. Choice Banding Garchomp. My Garchomp actually naturally speeds most of the stuff he actually drafted, except the Mega Sharpedo, but without a speed boost, I should outspeed that, but he did not bring it anyway, so I'm not even worried about it. Running the Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Brick Break for the Umbreon, and the Rock Slide in case you wanted to bring anything else. That was super effective, just there for coverage actually. Eviolite, Chansey, same set I think as last week, or not last week. I think it's Thunderwave, Aromatherapy, Soft Boiled, and Seismic Toss. Cannot completely touch the Jellicent whatsoever, so we're gonna have to be careful for that. Choice Scarf Rotom, Mega Charizard X, complete wall breaker set this week. I'm going all out. Jolly Nature, Max Attack, Max Speed. Flare Blitz, Outrage, Roost, Dragon Dance, and a defensive Rocky Helmet, which is the first time I'm running Rocky Helmet for Etris this week. Just for the Excadrill, in case you want to go for Iron Head and shit like that, and his Mega Sharpedo, which really was for. Running the Stealth Rock, Volt Switch, Wrap Spin, and Spikes. So we're going to hop into this. This is actually a very good battle, guys, so I really hope you guys stick around to the end. I do apologize, my voice kind of sounds weird. I literally was recording like 20 minutes and my camera died, so that's why my voice is kind of drained. I've been commentating like a battle before this and never even got it saved, so. Gonna leave with my Klefki because I actually was taken down on the battle timer. I was actually watching TV during I was supposed to be doing this at the beginning, but then I was like, realized, oh shit, this is actually important. I should turn the TV off and focus on this. Good thing on my part, but I'm gonna leave with my Klefki here. It did a pretty decent matchup to anything on his team, except the Arcanine. He's going to leave the Jellicent here. I'm just going to go straight away for the Toxic. He actually carries the Hidden Power Fire for me. So I did not expect that one bit. I actually thought it was Arcanine was going to be for my Klefki. He's going to make the double switch, predicting the Chansey. Very good play on my opponent's part. It's going to give him a lot of momentum right here. He's going to go to the Excadrill. I am completely screwed right here. He actually is the Mold Breaker. However, it is the Air Balloon Excadrill right here. So it's not Choice Scarf. So we do have a chance at least to take around this thing. Work around this thing, I meant. Fortress, completely obvious switching. He's going to go set up his Stealth Rocks for my Charizard and my Rotom Heat, which really gets affected by him. He's going to switch out here. Going to go right into Jellicent. I'm going to actually make a bold prediction. If he would have stayed in right there, I actually would have been a complete shithole. because it would not affect him. He would be able to get more damage off on me or set up a storage stance there. So I made a big prediction right there. He's going to go to Jellicent. I'm going to get the like 5% damage full switch off and go right out into Machancy. Completely wall this thing. He has to force switch out here. He cannot do anything to me. I'm assuming he's Scald, Hidden Power, Fire, Ice Beam, and maybe Recover. He's going to go right into Excadrill. I'm actually going to make another bold prediction right here. I'm going to go for the Seismic Toss, predicting him to switch out. Very good prediction on my part. This is actually a really crucial play right here. I'm unable to pop his air balloon right here. So that means my Garchomp can do some work to this thing now. And he's not floating anymore. So we can kind of play around him now. So which is kind of good. I'm going to go to 4 Atras here. He's going to try going for damage. Good play on his part. He's going to do it actually does a lot. So I'm assuming he's maybe max attack. Max HP, I'm assuming at this point that's what he was probably running. I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks right here. There's no reason not to. I'm going to be going down anyways. This thing was basically fodder at this point. He's actually going to go for the Rapid Spin as I do the same thing. So we're basically going to get rid of rocks for rocks right here. Made no sense whatsoever. Well, I guess it kind of made sense because we didn't want rocks on our sides. But rocks actually really hurt me more than it does him. The only thing he really has weak to Stealth Rock right now is actually his Arcanine, which takes 25%. So that's basically the only thing he really has that's weak to rocks. That and does a little bit to the Umbreon, a little bit to Jellicent and stuff like that. But other than that, doesn't really affect him too much. Could actually go for Stealth Rocks there again if he would have set up Storage Stance or did something else up with his own rocks. But it would have been a continuous cycle anyways. He would take more Rocky Helmet damage and shit like that. But I outspeed him right here with my regular Charizard by 12 base points. So I'm going to go into the Charizard here. I'm going to go straight away for the Flare Blitz. I could try setting up as Dragon Dance, which I think he maybe might have predicted there. That's why he stayed in. Either that or he thought he was going to outspeed if he was running max speed. Not quite sure. But that Excadrill is out of the way now, so that's a super, super huge threat off hit my opponent's side. So now we have some playing room. We can play around with his team now a little bit more. Play around his threats. He's going to go Jellicent again, completely off his switch in here, but I'm going to go into Machancy again. Nothing I can really do here. He's going to go for the Scald. So we saw the Hidden Power of this Scald right now, so that's all we saw. Took that on my nose. I've been taking nose for the whole battle. If you guys want my notepad, it's laying on the ground over there, but I can't go get it right now. I'm recording, but I could have went for the Thunder Wave, which would have been good, but didn't make much sense. It would not give me much momentum unless he did switch out. I didn't want to make that big of a prediction right there, so just want to go for the safe, soft boiled. It doesn't do too much, but gets my HP back. The only reason he was set in Mesprit is if you did have the Psy Shock for the Chansey, so I can predict that easily. Judging by the damage also, it's resisted. I'm actually max special defense, max defense on this Klefki, and that actually is specs damage, so I know he's choice specs. I'm going to set the light screen. I'm able to do one more and get a Toxic off right here, so that's at least decent. I got this thing Toxic before I do go down, so these are no choice specs now. We can kind of play around this thing. I'm assuming more of a coverage, Mesprit, so maybe Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Psyshock, and maybe something else. Dazzling Gleam, maybe. That's what I thought he had at this time. Gonna go into Garchomp here. Not quite sure if I would outsped. I was just predicting to actually switch out here. I would be able to take one Psyshock if you did want to go for it, so that's why I actually just switch this in. I'm actually gonna go for the Dragon Claw. Choice Band of Dragon Claw actually does a really lot to this thing. His defensive wall of the team, I'm assuming. I guess he can kind of run special defensive Tangrowth, but it's not going to do too much because special defense sucks anyways. But he's going to go for the synthesis here, predicting another Dragon Claw, so he's going to get back to the full. I'm able to get a free switch into my Rotom Heat here. He has to switch out no matter what. I'm going to go for the Overheat because it's the best play I can do. It does the most damage, even though it's a resisted hit on this Arcanine. It does like 25% Stealth Rock damage, basically. So attack drop does not matter. I am choice Scarf though, so that means I do have to switch out on the next turn. So if it was not choice Scarf, I probably would have got a little bit more damage off on this thing. But then again, I was at -2, so I don't think I would have stayed in any way. So choice Scarf is still probably the best item I would have been running for this battle. Arcanine does not get absolutely anything to deal with Charizard X, so that's why I go out to it every damn time. It does get Dig, but then again, if it wants to go for the Dig, if it's not Power Herb, then it's going to be taking 2 turns. I can go right out into my Rotom Heat with the Levitate, completely counter the Dig, so that's basically all it gets for Charizard. Not that it can hit it for super effective. He's going to go for the close combat here. I do have some decent defense, so I'm able to at least take this decently well. I have to roost at this point. I either predict him to switch out here, or go with the Jellicent, or the something like the Umbreon right here. So I'm just gonna go for a roost. He's just gonna go for the extreme speed, expecting to actually go down. The roost actually a very good play because I do get my HP back and able to stay around a little bit longer now. So he's gonna switch out here. I'm gonna lock myself into outrage. He's gonna go to Umbreon right here. I'm assuming this maybe was a special defensive Umbreon, judging how much this actually did to this thing. Completely annihilated this thing. This thing is not even a threat anymore after this outrage. It does over half damage, like 75% basically. It is leftover, so I do find the item out now. So I actually predicted him to actually go for the Protect there. Surprised he did not. He's actually going to try getting me into my confusion. Gonna go for the outrage here. I do get a little bit of a low roll here. It does actually almost half though. If it didn't do regular damage, it actually would have been about half. But I actually do end up getting a high roll here anyways. So I guess a low roll and a high roll make up for the kill right here. So not too mad about that. Able to get that big threat off the side. So my Rotom Heat can kind of get a little bit less valuable in this match now. So because one thing I really needed for is gone now. So Charizard X basically really good MVP in this match so far. Gonna go to Chansey. Basically the best play I could do. Not really, kind of predictable, but then again, he can't really touch me whatsoever. If he did carry the Shadow Ball, it doesn't affect me. He only can go for the Scald. Gonna make a bold prediction here. Assuming he's actually gonna go into his Mesprit here. Just gonna go for Thunder Wave. It does not lose much momentum for me anyways, and does not gain any if he does switch in or go into anything else. Assuming maybe he's gonna go into Arcanine, that's why I went for the Thunder Wave. I actually predict him to over predict here. So that's why, because the last time I actually switched out to my Garchomp on for this thing. So that's why I actually predicted him to over predict. Gonna stay in actually. Did not really need my Chansey pretty much anyways since the Tangrowth is gone. The only thing the Chansey really walls is the Jellicent. So, gonna make a bold play here again. Gonna go for the Thunder Wave. If I went for the Thunder Wave, it would not lost me any momentum in the match anyways. So I was gonna be able to go for it anyways, no matter what. As Elf cannot touch me. I knew he was going to switch out anyways, so he got a Thunder Wave off on this Arcanine, which is kind of cool. Now at least my Chansey can outspeed it if I do need it ever to. Then again, Extreme Speed probably almost takes me out, but base 5 defense or whatever. Outrage actually almost kills. It leaves it on 1 HP. It is a defensive Arcanine, so that's probably why. It has the Rocky Helmet too. I don't know why he went for the outrage or the Flare Blitz here. It is a resisted hit, 4 times resisted, so I don't know why. He's gonna go down to recoil. If I were him, I would just click close combat. Close combat. I cannot talk right now. Close combat. Just go for YOLO if I were him. I don't know why he clicked Flare Blitz. Either that, or he's probably just thought he was gonna go down anyways. That's why he just clicked random move. Not quite sure. He's gonna go to Jellicent here. I'm still locked into outrage. That does completely annihilate that Jellicent. I did not expect it to kill from that range, but it's gonna kill. I'm not quite sure. We're actually really going through his team right now, so best switching for him right now is actually his Umbreon. I'm actually gonna try preserving my Charizard a little bit longer. He actually Pursuit Traps me, so he makes another good play right there. Did not expect that whatsoever. He's actually running Pursuit Trap Umbreon. He could be also an offensive Umbreon. Not too common though, so I wasn't really expecting an offensive Umbreon. But assuming maybe it has Pursuit. Could be offensive, but I'm going to go get a free switch from my Garchomp here. Choice Band Earthquake completely decimates this thing. Able to get that off the field. Now the only last thing he has left is the Azelf here, which I can completely switch out here. Save my Garchomp in case I did need it for anything else. I'm going to go with my Chansey right here. Ice Beam. He has to basically lock himself into Ice Beam. I know he's Choice Specs at this point. If he went for a Psychic or the Psy Shock, the Psy Shock would not have killed my Charizard at the range it was at, even with the Choice Specs. The Psy Shock or the Psychic would not one-shot at my Garchomp, so he's basically stuck into the Ice Beam here. Basically GG at this point, I was thinking, so just going to go for the Seismic Toss, and the Toxic Damage is going to take him out this turn. Absolutely great battle, man. Props to you, GG, man. That was absolutely good-ass battle. You really stepped up the game lately, man. Your Grassy Plains Raikous are now 4-2, so we're slowly stepping up the ladder. We're actually the number 1 for differential right now. We're at a +10 differential, so we got the highest differential in the league so far. So that, and I think we're the second on in our division. So I think we were 3-2, so we were second in the division. so far. So we should be either second still or first now, depending on if the top guy actually loses his next match. We'll actually probably be tied then, but depends who gets the highest differential then. But if you guys enjoy, please drop a like below. If you're new, subscribe. I have to get going. My camera's about to die again. I cannot find batteries for this thing, but that being said, we'll get out of here. See you guys next week for the next OBA Wi-Fi battle. We're going to be going against the Black City Samurai. It's going to be a complete destruction of that battle. Two good guys going to be going against each other. We both have the same differential, I think, right now. The same winning streak and loss. So, depending if he wins this week or not, I'm not quite sure. But that being said, we'll get out of here. See you guys next time.